The view high above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Los Angeles Lakers here in Staples Center. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. GA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks. With the new G League Pathway program, some say that the NBA is competing now with college hoops for top high school players. G League President Sharif Abdur-Rahim said, "I don't think so. This is an opportunity for unique talents, a select group that are tracking toward the NBA. It's a different model from college. Guys, we'll see how this works out in the years to come."
DA, thanks a lot. So here's Miami's starting group. Bam Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the 1. And for the Lakers, Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. JaVale McGee is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Bradley in at the point guard. And both these coaches, Chris, tonight have plenty of options on their benches. Depth, a big part of what these teams do well.
Yeah, most great teams in the league, Kevin, have fantastic 6th and 7th options. I mean, depth means so much during the regular season.
Nunn passes to Jones.
Who's watching here?
Now Robinson. Pass to Butler. Now here's Adebayo. Excellent D that time there from McGee. LeBron James on the wing. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
You can't get James a lane to the basket. He's exceptionally quick at attacking on the drive.
Nunn passes to Robinson. Outside Butler. Passes it to Jones. Back to Butler. Just 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that position.
You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, GA, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, if you're the D, you got to box out Davis. So that's just common sense, because when you don't, he hurts you for this type of mistake.
For Miami, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Pass to Nunn. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
And here is Los Angeles now after the Heat pick up 2. James against Jones. Here's Davis. Second chance shot. And James with the layup. James has got his second bucket of the game to go.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
The pass to Butler. A minute 42 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Robinson. Passes it to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And this is too easy for Adebayo. Once he's close to the rim, he is going to damage it.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
And Bam Adebayo demonstrating a refined skill set that belies his nickname. Over 5 assists per game. He's a creator, not just a finisher.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Now here's Rondo. Dishes it to Morris. Rondo kicks to Kuzma. Takes a 3. Rondo's shot is off. And the Heat have given Adebayo the leeway to rip and run, baby. Make things happen.
And Kevin, an unselfish player who loves to pass. Even back in high school, playing with lesser talent, he made sure to find the others.
Now Dragic. Rondo missing on the 3. Pass to Hero. Fires from 18. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Miami called for the foul.
And see, Webb, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope changing his approach before last season. He knew he wouldn't need to take on as much of a scoring responsibility.
Yeah, and what a team player, GA. I mean, KCP rededicated himself to defense. Tries to do more with less touches now. And that's the mindset you need to have playing with stars going for a championship.
And Caldwell-Pope drops them both.
And Caldwell-Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
Dragic the pass to Olynyk. No good on the triple.
Oh, that's just a lucky break for the deep. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
The first one falls.
And Kelly Olynyk, from a basketball family, his father a successful coach, his mother a scorekeeper. He's grown up around the game.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Now here's Rondo. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. To the paint, Olynyk with the steal. 3 on 3. Here's Dragic. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Oh, and with the fast eyes, Iguodala finding the open man.
Miami shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Free throw good, Dragic. Rondo with the ball. To the middle, here's Morris. Off with the layup. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Lakers lead by 1. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And we spoke with Jimmy Butler not too long ago about his teammates.
These guys work so hard, and they're young, and they're professional with it, that you're planting that seed early. So.
Well, Greg, it sounds like Butler has found happiness.
You know, people don't talk enough about fit. It's important to be in an organization and a system that maximizes your abilities. Butler is playing some of the best ball in his life and making everyone around him better.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
They've got Kyle Kuzma. Markieff Morris is out there with Howard. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Caruso in at the point. That's the group for the Lakers to start the 2nd quarter. Back to Caldwell-Pope. 5 on the clock. Shoots from the corner. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
It's Dragic with the drive. He gets it in there.
Timeout.
Dragic has got 5 now. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
Here's Caruso. That shot off. Great D that time from Adebayo. Butler attacking. And So James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And as impressive as the numbers were for Jimmy Butler in the bubble, they don't begin to tell the whole story. He was hitting clutch shots for the Heat during that run in the postseason. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
It's stolen by Davis. Fast break, the Lakers. Fires the three. And LeBron James with the three. 7 points in the game. You know, Greg, going back to Jimmy Butler, it felt like each series he had a few big shots.
I mean, everything you want from your leader. The big shots, motivating others, setting an example with his play. Butler played as well as any leader in the postseason.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. If you ask Miami coach Eric Spoelstra, there's been a long lineage of undrafted players who've made an impact with the Heat. Going back, think about big guys like Udonis Haslem, Joel Anthony, and Hassan Whiteside. Now you have youngsters like Kendrick Nunn, Duncan Robinson, Derrick Jones Jr., and Chris Silva. Miami continues to find diamonds in the rough year after year. Guys?
They usually do. That's a very creative organization. Thanks, D.A. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Now, here's Nunn. D right on him. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And taken with the 30th pick back in 2011, Jimmy Butler went from 15th man in Chicago, riding the end of the bench, to franchise player in the course of 4 seasons.
A free throw drops for Butler.
Now, the competitive edge that Butler gives to this team is important because he doesn't take any possessions off.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. Avery Bradley comes in for Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Alex Caruso. Now here's Bradley. Over Iguodala. And another basket for the Lakers.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Iguodala deciding where to go with it. He dishes it to Butler. Outside Dragic. Over Rondo. No good from Dragic. To the inside. Kuzma lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And now it's a 9-point Laker lead.
It takes some strength to finish through that kind of contact. And Kuzma's definitely put in his share of work in the weight room.
There's Dragic with the three. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, what needs to change going ahead in the second half?
It starts with getting some stops. We got to play off some misses, and we can't let them force us into 1 or 0 pass possessions. We've got to move the ball when we're in the half court, help each other with that.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Penny the Jet Smith. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening period. It was easy to see they were the superior team in the second quarter. And now it's just a matter of protecting that 9-point lead after the half. Shaq, what'd you think about the Lakers?
Story has been the versatility of Giannis, has the ability to dominate in every statistical, mephistical, ballistical category. He's the gold standard for the position he does.
Looking at Miami, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, after the field goal percentage they allowed in the first half, it's time for them to get tough. That's right, tough. If they're going to stay in this game, they'll need to turn this into a street fight. Get physical. Let some elbows go.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Here's LeBron. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Miami, Kendrick Nunn out there with Robinson. Then there's Derek Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Adebayo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Heat shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end. Butler passes to Jones, and Jones with the stuff.
And this is the level of unselfishness that Butler brings. A total pro who moves the ball well.
Over in the corner, Green. They get it back. Davis on the follow. Davis has got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Outside Butler. Back to Nunn. In the corner, it's Robinson. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Lakers leading by 9.
And as he's aged in the league, Anthony Davis's offense has changed. It now much more of a face-up play.
Well, and that's where his game's been headed. His shot has improved, and he can step out to the 3, facing up and letting him use his burst. Lets him maximize what he can do.
The Lakers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
For all those people waiting for LeBron to start showing his age, you might not want to start holding your breath. This man's got a lot of time left in this league.
And LeBron James still the face of the league as he goes into his mid-30s. The impact he's had on this sport is really immeasurable.
Come on, GA. I mean, he's one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. I mean, it's scary to think that LeBron can still turn it on and take over when he needs to. And you know what? Playoff LeBron is a very real thing.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Nunn passes to Adebayo. Kicks to Crowder. Back to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And they answer right back with as much force as possible.
This is a heavyweight battle, isn't it? Both teams trading punches. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And here is James. He's got 13. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
That's just an athletic, strong big man. It's hard to guard Howard, giving out power for you.
The Lakers have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. And that one misses.
And Dwight Howard, you know, not the same 35-minute-a-game player he once was, but I tell you what, when he's on the floor, he can still be every bit as effective.
Yeah, Howard can bully teams that go small against him. I mean, he provides a big body to deal with other strong centers. I mean, he also gives the team some great flexibility with how they match up.
Loads it up for Adebayo. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Some great awareness being shown by Crowder. Spotted the open man and made a fantastic dish.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you.
and didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. It's Crowder on the wing. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That'll be his second foul of the game. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
And the Lakers with some changes. Davis is checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Morris. And it's Alex Caruso in for Caldwell Pope. Rondo passes to Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
And I'll tell you, I mean, Rondo could teach a class on how to run a pick and roll. He's smooth and crafty.
And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Heat. Leonard comes in for Jay Crowder. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Hero. 26 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Los Angeles leading by 12. Green finds Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
That's the savvy veteran Green. He's able to spot when his teammates aren't being covered. That's a nice read right there.
Here's Butler. Over Rondo, and Butler gets it to go. Butler's got 5 now.
Oh, I love to see that. Butler is never scared to take it amongst the trees.
And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Davis is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and there's JaVale McGee. And it's Green, and it's Caruso in at the 1 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Caruso, the pass. Oh!
Now, given McGee's explosiveness around the rim, I don't think that anyone should be surprised to see him throw it down like that.
The Heat trail by 11. Now, here's Dragic. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays, there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Timeout called the Lakers. LeBron's checked in for the Lakers. Avery Bradley comes in for Alex Caruso. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said, this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. See if they were listening, guys.
And it's Butler missing. Lakers leading by 11. Down low. Here's Bradley. It's not going to go for him. Some solid defense from Robinson. There's the pass to Nunn. Outside Butler. Green against Adebayo. And no good that time. And it's the Lakers the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. Bradley dishes to LeBron. Inside, Davis kicks to McGee. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Bradley can't get it to go. The Heat trail by 11. And Davis sends it back.
Outstanding at using his wingspan to erase shots. It was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
James against Butler. It's LeBron with the drive.
The way James dominates on the offensive end, making it look effortless tonight.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. James against Butler. James with some nice D. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. It's a 10-point game.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Los Angeles.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LeBron.
He hung a big number on the scoreboard, and it wasn't just because he was hot. He did it with movement and tenacity.
Now James. No good that time. And Miami the other way now. Nunn against Green. Nunn looking around. Miami no good on that time either. Bradley with the ball. And here is James. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, you have accomplished so much in this league. How have you sustained it for this long?
You know, it's only a select few. It's not many who make it to this point, and I would never take the game for granted. That's why I try to give everything I can till I can't give no more. And I've been around some great players, great coaches, great organizations, and for me to have this opportunity right here means a lot, and I'm very humbled.
Well, we appreciate all the work you've put in, man. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.